We just got another 5 brand new iPhone 16 leak updates over the past month since the last time we made an updates video, and honestly, I'm so much more excited this time around because these leaks confirm a major stepping stone in Apple's master plan for their flagship iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, since all 5 of these updates are brand new, I want to give you guys a quick refresher on what to expect from the new iPhone 16 lineup. We'll get the same lineup as last year with 4 different models, but this time Apple's gonna make the displays 0.2 inches larger on the Pro models, specifically 6.3 and 6.9 inches. The 16 lineup will come with the A18 and A18 Pro chips and 8 gigs of RAM across the board, as well as Wi-Fi 7, the new Snapdragon X75 modem, and an upgraded 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera in the Pro models, while the regular 16s will be getting the action button and more. But now getting into the first brand new leak update, we have something I thought was a bit weird at first, but now with this latest update, it finally makes perfect sense and makes me incredibly excited for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Apparently, the brand new capture button is actually gonna act like a literal shutter button that you see on professional DSLR and mirrorless cameras, which proves that Apple's ultimate goal for the iPhone in terms of camera features is to make it feel like a pro camera. Because right now, you obviously have to tap the little shutter button on the display to take a photo, which honestly is annoying because if you tap the display a little bit too hard, it actually bumps it and it could lead to a blurry photo, or it can knock out your perfect framing and composition. Of course, you can also click the volume up button to take a photo, but it's just not that comfortable to hold it that way. Now, the beauty of a professional camera is that its shutter button actually has 2 steps. Press it halfway and it locks in focus, which you can visually see on the camera's display, and then press down all the way and it instantly snaps the photo with the focus locked in precisely how you want it. Apple bringing this to the iPhone is genius because it'll give more flexibility and control to pro users, making them feel like it's a professional camera, because right now that aspect is completely missing. So this is a great idea, especially if Apple allows you to change focus modes, like having a small focus box that you can move around the screen to focus on exactly the area that you want to without having to tap the display every single time. And even though the capture button will be intended for landscape use, you can still hold it in portrait mode and take photos using the button like this quite comfortably. Now, getting into brand new leak update number 2, we got quite an interesting leak from Majin Buu on Twitter, who claims there will be some major battery changes on the iPhone 16 lineup. First of all, the regular iPhone 16 will have a battery that's about 6.3% larger than on the 15. 3561 milliamp hours instead of 3349, which should lead to a jump in battery life, unless of course Apple adds features that use more power to balance it out. The 16 Pro Max is also getting larger by about 5.74% from 4422 milliamp hours to 4676, and interestingly, is doing it with a rectangular battery instead of the current L-shaped pack. And I think it's because we know the display size is getting bigger from 6.7 inches to 6.9, so the phone itself will be taller to help fit this new battery. But the oddest part of all is that Majin Buu oddly claims that the battery on the 16 Plus will actually get smaller from 4383 milliamp hours to 4006. Why? Well, it's not because they're adding new features or components on the inside and they don't have room for it, because if you think about it, the Plus models always pack the same features as the regular models and the size isn't changing. So here's my idea. What if Apple realized that it was a mistake to make the iPhone 15 Plus have the best battery life out of the entire lineup, so they decided to literally cut the battery size down in order to make the 16 Pro Max the new battery champ, just as an additional selling point. I'm not sure, but if that's true, that's Apple for ya. And we did have some other leakers also claim that the 16 Pro Max will have the longest battery life ever, thanks to using a new larger stacked cell technology battery pack. Now moving on to leak update number 3, we finally have confirmation of the design language Apple is going to use on the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, and this might actually disappoint quite a lot of you. Majin Buu leaked the new schematics with this design, and people have started making renders, and yes, this looks to be the design of the iPhone 16, which confirms that we still aren't getting a triple camera setup on the 16, which I guess makes sense since Apple wants the Pro models to still stand out. However, I've got to admit that this looks absolutely beautiful because unlike the last time Apple used this slim pill-shaped design with a large metal ring on the iPhone 10 and the 10s, Apple is now going to be using their beautiful carved glass design, which makes the bump a lot more subtle and premium looking. The only part I don't like about it is that the flash is on the side, which makes no sense at all, but who knows? Maybe they'll find a way to fit the flash inside of the actual protruding glass section. And if you're wondering why Apple is going with this design, it makes sense if you think about it in terms of the new Vision Pro headset. The current iPhone 15 Pro models can record spatial videos for the Vision Pro, but the regular 15 can't because its cameras are aligned diagonally, so they can't accurately measure 3D depth. So moving the cameras side by side like these two are solves the spatial video recording issue. And now on to brand new leak update number 4. This one is also related to the Vision Pro. According to the Israeli website The Verifier, iOS 18 and iPadOS 18 are getting a major design overhaul that will make the UI elements look just like what we have in the new Vision OS. And after using the Vision Pro for the last week, I honestly wouldn't mind that at all because it looks amazing and it's just so easy to use and understand in real time, just really simple and subtle. And to me, it makes sense for Apple to unify the design elements across their different OS versions to make them all very familiar so that as soon as somebody tests out the Vision Pro, they'll know exactly how to use it and it's gonna come very natural to them. And this design stuff adds to previous rumors we got of Apple releasing a ton of brand new AI-based features with iOS 18, which I think they're gonna integrate with the Vision Pro in various ways. And now for the final update, leak number 5, we have some new info from the Weibo user Digital Chat Station. According to him, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with an even bigger and more advanced main camera sensor exclusively. The sensor itself will be 12% larger than what we have in the 15 Pro Max right now, leading to more background blur, higher dynamic range, and enhanced low light photography. He says this new iPhone will be heavily focused on its camera capabilities, featuring a customized 48 megapixel Sony IMX903 sensor with advanced features like a stacked design for better performance, a 14-bit analog to digital converter for high quality image data conversion, and digital gain control for better dynamic range and noise control. So it looks like the iPhone 16 is gonna be all about the cameras and battery life this year, and I'm all for it. Let me know your thoughts to all this down in the comment section below and subscribe for more videos like this above. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.